The 6 cheapest ways to own a V12 car. Owning a cheap V12 car is obviously a bad idea because running costs will ruin you and constant garage repairs will probably make your girlfriend leave you. But we petrol heads are an impetuous species, and if there's a way that we can actually buy a V12 car on a modest budget, then you can bet your ass that we'll find a way to justify it. So if you simply must have a V12 in your life, then here are the cars you should look into. BMW 750iL. There's something special and incredibly mean about the E38 7 Series. The classic styling from Boyk Boyer comes arguably from the golden era of BMWs, and while the V8 powered 740iL is a tempting option, it's the 12-cylinder 750iL that you really want, and not only for its smoothness. You see, the 5-litre 300 horsepower engine is the predecessor of the V12 found in the McLaren F1. Tempted? Make sure you watch out for the dreaded wheel wobble issue and check the cooling system thoroughly before you spend any money. You can pick one up for around £5,000 or $6,000 on the used car market. BMW 850i. Want that same V12 in a more stylish package? Take a look at the 850i, later badged 850ci. Arguably one of the prettiest and coolest BMWs ever built, it's more of a brisk GT car than an out-and-out sports car, but we still would. Oh, and it has pop-up headlights, which gives it even more cool points. These V12 cars are seriously rare now, so prices start at around £8,000 or $10,000. Jaguar XJS. Produced between 1976 and 1996, the XJS's design made it more of a Marmite car than most. Despite its divisive looks, it was actually more aerodynamic than the beautiful E-Type, and thanks to the 5.3-litre V12, which was later upgraded to 6 litres, it was a wonderful Grand Tourer with around 300 horsepower under the bonnet. Prices for these cars remain on the lower end of the spectrum because the XJS has the potential to become a massive money pit. Rust is a common and expensive issue, followed by all types of fluid leaks. You can find some examples for $3,000 or £5,000 in the UK, but expect to spend at least a third more for something that won't try to ruin your life. Mercedes CL600. With more up-to-date styling and performance, the 5.8-litre CL600 can be a tempting way to enter the V12 club. Its near 400 horsepower motor would take the 1.8-ton luxury Grand Tourer to 60 miles an hour in only 5.8 seconds and onto a top speed of 179 miles an hour. Unfortunately, with fancy hydraulic suspension comes a lot of potential problems that mainly manifest themselves in the form of fluid leaks. Expect to spend at least $8,000 or upwards of £6,000 for a tidy example. Mercedes SL600. The quintessentially 90s styling and the throaty 6-litre V12 is a combination that puts the SL600 on the wish list of many enthusiasts. Thanks to the 400 horses under the hood, it's also a decently quick car with a 0 to 60 time to match that of the CL600 of 5.8 seconds. It's common for leaks to develop at the differential seals on high mileage examples, so make sure you look properly under the car. Prepare to pay a minimum of $8,500 or upwards of £15,000 in Europe if you want to join its exclusive owners club. Aston Martin DB7 Vantage. Yup, thanks to the relative short supply of V12s in the world, an Aston Martin DB7 really is one of the cheapest 12-cylinder cars out there. The 5.9-litre unit, good for 420 horsepower in the DB7, was essentially made by grafting 2 Ford V6s together, but don't let those humble origins put you off. It sounds the business and is still in service in modern Astons. You'll need around £30,000 or $30,000 for a DB7 Vantage. However, if you're serious about a V12 Aston, we'd recommend spending a little more for an early DB9. These cars represent a huge improvement over the old Jaguar-based 7.
So what Sin City have done is they've created one magnificent car, and this is it, the BMW X2. It looks amazing to my eyes. I know some of you guys like your supercars and stuff, but for me, this is my supercar.